Perched atop the Naphtali mountain range in northern Israel, the Mizgavam kibbutz has a stunning view of the Upper Galilee. On a recent rainy afternoon, a rainbow stretched over the tapestry of colors in the valley below, a serene picture at a tense time. Mizgavam sits on the blue line, the demarcation between Lebanon and Israel. It was attacked during the Second Lebanon War and would be in the line of fire once again if another war erupts.
Look at all of these hills are honeycombed. There's hundreds of tons of missiles and mortars and rockets.
Aryeh Ben Yaakov has lived on Mizgavam since 1965, one of the 320 residents. He says Mizgavam is well protected by the Israel Defense Forces, or IDF, and by the residents that live here.
We're not worried, we sleep well. They're worried. They mess with us, this will all be destroyed, and their soldiers won't have a place to come home to. So it's quiet. They do a lot of blustering.
Still, Hezbollah presents a clear and present danger to Israel. It has an estimated 130 to 150,000 short, medium, and long-range missiles and rockets, and a fighting force of an estimated 50,000 soldiers, including reservists. Some analysts estimate there may be as many as 1,500 to 2,000 rockets fired into Israel daily during the next war, compared with about 130 to 180 per day during the Second Lebanon War. The IDF confirmed to the media line it's increased the number of its Iron Dome missile defense batteries in northern Israel and has evacuation plans in place for the border communities.
They're making us understand that next war is going to be a different game, completely different.
Tali Lev, who's originally from Long Beach, New York, also lives on Mizgavam with her family.
If anything happens, like in terms of missiles, we could run into shelters straight away. Basically, our soldiers here with us 24/7. So they're here to help guard, and if anything happens, they could protect the situation.
The IDF recently built a 30-foot-high concrete wall along the border to prevent infiltrations. On the day we visited the kibbutz, there was a United Nations patrol on the Lebanese side of the border, along with what appeared to be another news crew. A UN helicopter also patrolled the Lebanese side of the blue line. Lev said she not only sees the UN patrols, but Hezbollah fighters as well. Hezbollah's yellow flags, in fact, are a noticeable part of the landscape.
They want to make sure Israel knows they're here and they're active.
Clearly, you're not concerned about that.
I'm still here. I will still be here in the future as well, because we're listed to build our own home. And again, scary, anywhere scary in the world. Like, you could walk around anywhere in Israel, let's say Jerusalem, people walk around there and that's scary. People get shot at, stabbed, anywhere in Tel Aviv. Not even Israel, in the States, anybody could go into any sports shop and buy a weapon.
The media line interviewed Lev just a day before a deranged gunman murdered 17 people at a Florida high school. Many of those interviewed by the media line agree that they feel a sense of peace and security in Israel's border communities, despite living so close to hostile countries, including Syria. The same is true in the Syrian Druze community of Majal Shams, on the Israeli-controlled section of the Golan Heights in the shadow of Mount Hermon. On the day we visited, there was a pro-Syrian rally. People here often demonstrate in support of their families and friends on the other side of the border, some of whom have been massacred during Syria's vicious civil war. That's a military outpost overlooking Syria here in the Majal Shams village. In fact, we're at the base of the village along the Israel-Syria border. And what's striking about it is that along this stretch of the border anyway, people live right on it. Their bedrooms, their living rooms, their kitchens are overlooking Syria. And often when things heat up on the other side, when violence erupts, people not only can hear the fighting, but sometimes they can see it as well. Today, however, it remains quiet. Rana and Esmet Marie live on the border and invited us into their home to check out the view for ourselves.
For
2 years we've been living here. It's quiet. We don't feel that we're on the border. But I would rather have it without the fence and open for all people.
As we drove back to Jerusalem through the Golan Heights, we see the minefields that abut the dairy farms and the abandoned Israeli tanks from the Yom Kippur War, with the barrels still aimed at Syria, the remnants of past wars in a country that may be on the brink of another one. In northern Israel, for the Media Line, I'm Huddy.